Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, do I really know who I am? Not your name, not your job, not the I'm shy or I'm extroverted label. I mean the real you, the one behind all the stories, fears, excuses, and social media filters. Because trust me, if you truly knew who you are, you wouldn't doubt yourself for even 1 minute. You wouldn't shrink. You wouldn't apologize for your greatness. And you definitely wouldn't be begging life for crumbs. You would walk with boldness, because you'd know you were built from power, wired for purpose, and programmed for greatness. So today, let's dive deep, Bob Proctor style, plus sprinkle some ancient wisdom from the philosophers who figured life out before Google existed. Bob Proctor used to say, "You are God's highest form of creation." The translation is, you are not ordinary. You're not random. You didn't just drop from sky like Sunday rain. You came preloaded with gifts, talents, and a mind that can create realities. That's why this question, do you know who you are, touches every corner of your life. 1. Your identity and inner power. Ancient philosopher Epictetus said, you are your own master, meaning your real power is internal, not titles, not certificates, not people's opinions. You, your thoughts, your awareness, your self-concept. Bob Proctor built his whole life teaching this. Your results don't change until you change, and you can't change what you don't understand. That's why knowing who you are is step 1 for everything else. 2. Your personality and mindset. Your personality shapes your personal reality. If you think small, you act small. If you think bold, you move bold. Socrates actually said, know thyself. He meant, don't just know your strengths, know your weaknesses, your triggers, your habits, even the nonsense you need to drop. Because when you understand your personality, you can design it, not just inherit it. 3. Your attitude to work. Marcus Aurelius taught that what you do today echoes in eternity, meaning your attitude is your signature. Are you showing up like someone who knows their value, or like someone who is scared of their own potential? People who know who they are don't wait for motivation. They don't complain. They don't give excuses like, it's Monday, let me warm up my spirit. No, they show up with intention because they understand their work is an extension of their identity. 4. Your creative power. Bob Proctor. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. This wasn't poetry. It was science and faith combined. Your imagination is not for decoration. It's for creation. Ancient philosopher Plato said imagination is the beginning of all reality, meaning every business, every invention, every success story started from someone who knew they were a creative force, not someone who kept saying, let me just manage life like this. 5. Your relationships. When you truly know who you are, you stop negotiating your value in relationships. You stop forcing yourself on people who can't see your worth. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. And you stop tolerating nonsense disguised as love. Aristotle said humans are social beings. But he didn't say, go and tolerate stress. Healthy self-awareness creates healthy relationships. You attract better when you understand better. 6. Your spiritual self. Every philosopher, from Lao Tzu to Descartes, agreed on one thing. There is something deeper inside you than flesh and bones. Something powerful, something eternal. Call it spirit, consciousness, energy. It doesn't matter. What matters is that knowing who you are spiritually gives you confidence. It frees you from fear. It grounds you. It makes you calm even when life tries to test your patience like Lagos traffic. 7. Your ability to create wealth. Bob Proctor always insisted, wealth is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. Read that again. If you don't know who you are, a creator, a thinker, a value generator, then money will always feel like a struggle. But once you know your worth, you attract better opportunities. You set better standards. And you stop saying things like, money is not everything just because your account is quiet. So the big question, do you know who you are? Not the story society gave you, not the identity your past forced on you, not the version of you that fear created, but the real you, the powerful, capable, gifted, creative, spiritual, wealthy you. Bob Proctor believed that once a person discovers their true identity, everything in their life begins to rise. Their confidence, their income, their relationships, their purpose, their inner peace. So today, I challenge you. Take time to rediscover you, because once you know who you are, you'll stop playing small and start living like someone who was designed to win. You are made for more. See you at the top. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video to help the algorithm push it to more people to see it and have their lives transformed. Thank you for watching.